I will open it up with, I'm still on cloud 9. Jerwin's performance, it was so much better than expected. Maybe, we all wish maybe he didn't take as many punches, but sometimes that's the way the fights go. You can't outbox everybody. You come in with a game plan, like Mike Tyson said, then someone hits you in the face, and all of a sudden all that stuff goes out the window, and you have to adapt to what's in front of you. And after a 16-month layoff, I was thrilled. And I could tell you by the comments on Twitter in the U.S., by the coverage in the Philippines, by Showtime, by everybody, it was his 9th defense and his best defense. And boxing's great, man, because you can have a few bumps in the road, but people only care in boxing, what have you done lately? What have you done today? And Jerwin put himself back on the map with all the top 115 pounders in the world, and we're looking forward to hopefully some activity and not another 16-month layoff with a pandemic.
For Jerwin, after no fight, sabi mo, this was your most difficult title defense nga. What are the lessons na natutunan mo sa fight na yon, and paano mo siya gagamitin for your future fights ahead?
Yung una sir, lalo na yung nilalaro namin talagang dami ng suntok at kumbaga nag-ano kami ng brawl. Kailangan ko pa ng mga sir, yung mga suntok na yung pang-brawl talaga sir. Kasi anuhan naman yan coach, pag-aaralan namin sa sunod ni coach paano. Kasi alam, tulad nun, yung nagkipagsabayan ako, minsan naunahan ako kasi nagpo-focus kami sa body. Siguro sir, tutunan ko pa sunod na yung laban talagang nasa loob.
Jerwin, kasi nickname natin Pretty Boy. Medyo na medyo nabawasan yung pagka-pretty natin Medyo masakit ba yun?
Sir, kasi yung namin talaga, lalo na yung mga 3 rounds na namin talagang sabi ko, gusto kong talaga makapagbigay ng magandang laban sir, kaya pinost ko na din doon sa 3 round.
Sir Sean, from what you've seen on Jerwin's fight against Rodriguez, who do you think will Jerwin fight next, and do you think Jerwin will fight someone with a similar fighting style?
At the moment, it's kind of hard to say because the real guys that we were targeting, of course, we had, an issue that Chocolatito is going to fight Estrada again, and now Rungvisai is fighting Carlos Cuadras. So, we're probably just going to look for a really high-rated contender. We will speak to the people with Ioka if there's an opportunity for that fight. We're not against making that fight, but again, it just has to work out between all parties. Coming off of this, he's put himself in a good position. So we'll start this week to kind of try to figure out what's next.
Sir Sean, you switched promoters. Jerwin switched from Top Rank to PBC. How will this change help Jerwin and you guys to sign or to make fights to unify the belts?
I think Al Heyman shares the same vision we do. PBC, Showtime, that, Al Heyman was prepared to let us make the fight with Rungvisai. No problem, or Estrada or Chocolatito. But the issue was when they had that very controversial fight that the public and both fighters and everybody wanted to do the third fight. And then that put Rungvisai out in a different position. So, it's helped us tremendously by being on Showtime and getting good publicity and getting the push from PBC and them letting us kind of do what we feel is best and then bringing them different things to present to them for the next step. But, you could see what Al Heyman and PBC did with the Senator. They put him with Adrian Broner. They put him with Keith Thurman. Big opportunities, good stuff. So it's a very good banner to fight under. And Al Heyman is very supportive of all the Filipino fighters. Not not just Jerwin, anybody we have, he gives us opportunities and helps us out. So it's a big difference. You know, Top Rank's a good promoter. They did a tremendous job. We really thank them. We have no hard feelings with Bob. But it came to a point where with the pandemic, Top Rank wasn't doing a lot of smaller weights now. They're concentrating on other fights. So, you know, it's when opportunity opens up, no matter who you're with, when you do a performance like Jerwin Ancajas did, that's the real key. So everything is there. We just have to sort through things and try to figure out what the next best step is. And we have to thank Big Boss for making everything possible and let everybody in the Philippines see this, you know, because without that, also without the fight being shown live in the Philippines, it's like winking at a girl in the dark. Nobody really sees what's happening, you know. So you're checking it out. You're hey, I'm here, honey, I'm here. You know, they hear things, but when they see it with their own eyes, that's when you get excited. That's when, you know, and Big Boss is just such a big part of helping Jerwin and with his training and preparation and moving forward to eventually one day the real goal is Jerwin has never defended the belt in the Philippines. You know, we'd love to get a defense in the Philippines before we go after another big fight or whatever. So that's kind of a goal too, is to do a fight in the Philippines. And everything in life is possible when you have Big Boss Cement backing you.
Jerwin, ever since yung boxing era na yung four title belts, well, 5 kasama the ring, parang wala pang Filipino na nag-undisputed champion. For you, sana magdilang Angel ako For you, kung maging undisputed champion ka, tingin mo, ano yung ibibigay sa'yo nun na as prestige sa Philippine sports? The first undisputed boxing champion.
Para sa akin, sir, yun din yung talagang inaasam namin ni Coach Gibbons, sir, na yun nga, dati pa naman lagi kami nag-hamon sa ibang mga champion. Pero pag binigyan mo ng pagkakataon siguro na makuha natin, sir, parang matatakad din tayo sa sa parang history ng Pilipinas, sir, na may nagkaroon ng undisputed, sir.
You know, it's very possible. It's very possible for that to happen. After Rong Vasai fights Quadras, he'll have the BC belt. Then when Chocolatito fights Estrada, whoever wins that again will have they'll have the WBA belt. He has the IBF. So coming out of that, if we haven't fought someone like Ioka first and capture the BO belt, then by fighting them, that'll give him 3. So it is possible. It is possible over the next year's span for things like that to unfold.
Jerwin, because yung undisputed title fights, hindi lang yan between the boxers eh. Alam natin yung negotiations, different promoters, pero tanggalin mo natin yung aspect na yun. Tanggalin mo na natin yung promoters na yun. Sa tingin mo, gaano kahirap maging undisputed champion in the boxing perspective lang?
Hirap, sir, pa sa akin, hirap. Una-una, hihintayin mo talaga ng matagal kasi kung matagal, kasi yung iba, sir, ang iba kasi, sir, nag-iiwas, sir, hindi nila, lalo na sa ibang promoter, hindi nila ipapalaban din sa ibang yung mga boxer nila tulad niyan, sir. Iba-iba kami ng mga promoter, iba yung promoter ng ibang champion, ako iba din. Kaya napakahirap na maging ganyan sila. Sa laban naman, lalong mahirap yan, sir, kasi alam natin, pag mga champion, talagang ayaw din yan ipapamimigay yung mga nila. Belt nila, sir.
And Sir Sean, right now, what's the focus for Jerwin's next fight? Is it for a title defense in the Philippines or a unification fight with Ioka?
You know, you look at all possibilities. It's a little early. You know, we just finished the fight Saturday night, so more likely, probably a regular defense against someone, and if it's possible in the Philippines, great. If not, made a tremendous hit on Showtime. They'd be very happy to have him back here in the U.S. And the U.S. is opening up tremendously. They're having fans back in all the arenas, and so it'll be a lot different come August, September. So we'll just kind of play it out this week and next to start to figure things out.
I'm just curious. Because Jerwin's card already has fans in it. Did the venue require fans to be vaccinated before going in?
No, there was no fans allowed. Mohegan Sun they barely let me in the place. They're like the Gestapo up there. Yeah, they're very very difficult in some ways. I guess they have to be more precautions than not. But yeah, I mean, literally, they let 2 corner people, a fighter, and that's it. So there was no fans. But when a fight gets going like that, I mean, of course, the fans are on TV to start with. You don't even know when you're in the building. I mean, it's just you're in the zone. You're watching the fight. The fighters are fighting like it could be 1 person, 100, 10,000. They fought like the place was full. So that's what I'm saying. Next time it'll be a lot different when there's actually is fans allowed.
Jerwin, yun nga, kasi walang fans. Parang first time mong lumaban na walang fans. Lumaban ka nung Pacquiao Jeff Horn card sa Australia, super daming fans nun. Ano yung pinagkaiba na, of course, sanay ka may nag-cheer, may let's go. Ano yung pakiramdam mo na walang tao?
Nung dun talaga sa laban, sir, yung pagpasok mo, yun lang yung mo, sir, na maramdaman na walang tao. Pero pagdating na sa laban, sir, di mo na mapapansin, sir, yung kung may nanood o wala, sir, kasi yung focus mo nandun talaga sa laban, sir.
Gaano nakatulong yung silent na environment para mag-focus?
Din, sir, kasi minsan naririnig mo kasi minsan yung mga corner mo, sir. Sir, pag din na klaro yung mga sinasabi nila. Kasi minsan pag marami ding di mo na maririnig yung anong instruction din sa baba, sir. Pag lalo na ganun na bakbakan. Tapos narinig ko sa mag-jab muna, ganyan narinig. Kasi minsan, sir, pag sobrang dami din ng tao, yung boses nila, di mo na maririnig. Hindi ka na sir. Diskarte din minsan pag ganun, sir. Kung ano mang dapat gawin pa. Kasi mga trainer kasi talaga yan din, sir. Nakakadagdag din pag ganun na laban.
Jerwin, sa mga title defenses mo, Sham, either unanimous decision or knockout, isa lang yung draw kay Barrios. Ikaw ba gusto mo pang labanan si Barrios or si Barrios kailangan niyang patunayan na labanan kanya uli?
Yung tabla, sir.
Kailan ba to? 2018 sa Oakland. Yung tabla niyo. Siya lang yung nakatabla sa iyo lahat tinalo mo talaga eh.
Di pa. Kung may pagkakataon, sir, pwede naman, sir, yung tawag nun yung sarimas para malaman talaga, sir, na yung sinong nanalo, sir.
Sir Sean, right now, what's the word from the guys at PBC? How were they impressed with Jerwin? Were they satisfied that Jerwin is a bona fide main event star right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, if you watch, during the fight, the tweets from Showtime, PBC, Rosie Perez, the actress, she was tweeting out. Dan Raphael, ESPN, Steve Kim, a lot of guys that are on the fence. They're kind of haters sometimes. They were just thrilled. Of course, Al Heyman, absolutely. I mean, again, the fight speaks for itself. Where everybody's at with things. So, like I said, it's there's winning and there's winning. So, and this was a big W, not just a little W. This is how you do it. I mean, a lot of guys win fights and no one gets excited. You win fights in this fashion, and that's what you have to do to keep moving along. And the key now is, coming out of a layoff like this, is just try to absolutely fit 2 more fights in this year is really the key. And then again, wait for, let's, see what happens with the top 4 guys that everybody, or the top 3 that everybody considers pound for pound is Chocolatito, Estrada, and Rongvisai. So see how those all play out. And maybe Chocolatito and Estrada fight, and they say, yeah, we don't want to fight Rongvisai. And then we can go right into a Rongvisai fight. So boxing changes, as you know, by the day, by the week, by the month. Guys get hurt, things happen. So you just have to always stay prepared like Jerwin does. Even after this fight, he's not going to stop training. That's what he does. It's a lifestyle. Go back to a little running, a little hitting pads, whatever, maintain. Just, like a normal guy that goes to work. After work, he's at the gym, he's lifting weights, he's whatever. Fighters do this 24/7, 365. This is what they do for a living. They have no job. So in between fights, they make a lot of mistakes where they do not stay prepared, and that's what he really needs to do now that he's put himself back at the top of the mountain. Just be ready. Just be prepared for anything that happens. And the key is hopefully over the next few weeks, we can really kind of figure out how to lock a date in. So then he's focused on if it is September, okay, boom, we got September, that's what we're going to do, and that's how we're going to do it. So that's the key right now to everything.
Sir, let's talk about the weight classes right now, because boxing is just in a boom, in a massive boom right now. You have the heavyweights, you have welterweights, you have whichever
lightweights, super flyweights,
and you have the divisions that whichever division Canelo chooses to fight in.
Correct.
Do you have a hierarchy where does super flyweight rank among those divisions, and how loaded is the super flyweight division right now?
Well, at the moment, it ranks very highly because it depends on networks. The Zone is very committed to Chocolatito, Rongvisai, and Estrada. Top Rank wasn't as committed to that division. They don't really have guys. So PBC is, and they're committed to Jerwin and giving him the best fight we can do next. So the division, the division's hot, and what makes the division hot is the guys fighting it. So, and as those guys all move from 15 to 18, well, you'll see right now the 18-pound division, it's hot only because of John Rio Casimiro and Anoa'i. That's why that division's hot. And that clash is coming near. And there'll be a time when those guys are 22-pounders and Jerwin's an 18-pounder. I absolutely see Jerwin being a 2-time world champion for sure in a 2 division.
Jerwin, nabanggit na ni Sir Sean na yung division mo nga nandun sa taas, nandun sa taas ng public minds, ng public consciousness. For you, being part of the super flyweight division, nararamdaman mo ba yung ganun? Yung na nakatingin sa iyo majority ng boxing fans?
Sir. Ano naman natin siya dahil nga din sa kina Chocolatito at saka Chocolatito at saka yung Estrada, sir. Sila din talaga yung inano ngayon din sa mga fans, sa mga kaya nagpapasalamat tayo sa kanila, sir, lalo na yung sa huling laban lang maganda yung laban nila, kaya pinag-uusapan naman yung timbang namin. Kung wala din sila, sir, baka hindi din gano'ng katunog yung timbang namin.
So parang ano rin to, kahit magkakalaban kayo, parang tulungan din kayo para makilala isa-isa.
Kasi tulad nun, sir, katulad nga nila Inoue, maano din yung nila timbang dahil sa nila, sir, sa mga laban lang mo. Tayo, sir, salamat tayo. Diyan din yung mga sir, mga kilala na may din sa sir, may pangalan sa boxing, sir, kasi kung wala sila, di rin siguro mapansin yung yung timbang namin.
Okay lang yan. At least nandyan ka na rin, mas lalong makikilala yan. Ayun, Jerwin, kasi marami kang ginawa actually. Before fight, after fight, marami kang ginawa. Before fight, nagpabakuna ka ng vaccine, nagpabakuna ka against COVID. Hindi mo ba ano yung side effects nun? Kasi parang few weeks lang before ng fight, nagpabakuna ka. Wala ka bang naramdamang lagnat or anything?
Wala naman sir, wala. Normal lang ano lang kami nag-arrest lang kami yung isang araw, balik na naman. Wala namang ano sir, wala namang side effects sir.
Oh. Pero 'di ba 2 doses 'yon? So walang nangyari sa pagitan nun.
Ano pa sir, itong 19 pa ako yung pangalawa, isang ano pa ako sir. Isang stroke pa.
Pero buti walang nangyari kasi 'di ba? Yun nga raw, yung side effect lalagdating nga raw.
Wala naman
nangyari
sir.
sa'yo.
Sir, wala. Yung iba sir, yung ibang ano siguro sir, yung ibang Pfizer kasi yung inano sa amin sir.
Oh. Buti pa kayo. Ayun, Jerwin. Post-fight, marami ka rin ginawa. Una, yun nga, napag-usapan natin kanina. Nanood ka ng Lakers-Knicks sa Madison Square Garden. Could you tell us about it? Ano yung pakiramdam? Ano yung pakiramdam sa loob ng Madison Square Garden? And makita, and paasahin na Anthony Davis.
And ano sir, masaya yung experience namin doon at masaya kami nakapasok kami sa doon sir kasi alam natin kilala na ano yun, na lugar din yun at excited din na makapanood nung lalo na Lakers.
pero umasa ka kay Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Umasa ka. Nalalaro si Anthony Davis.
Umasa lang pala ako.
Yeah, it was a fun game, but with Anthony Davis and LeBron, and there would have been different. But that's okay. We want to let them get healthy so we can go win the championship again. I'd rather see them taking it easy right now, getting healthy, getting the injuries out of the way, and while we're winning championships, the Knicks will be sitting at home watching on TV, along with the Nets.
Sir Sean, Jerwin watched an NBA game. Excuse me. Watched an NBA game inside the MSG. That was as an audience member. Do you think in the future Jerwin will headline an event inside Madison Square Garden?
He could potentially fight on an event in Brooklyn. We do more fights in the Brooklyn arena than inside the Garden. So absolutely a chance in New York, in Brooklyn, but not in the Garden. And the Garden doesn't do very, very few fights in the big room anymore. They do their fights in the smaller room at the Garden, but where a lot of the PBC shows, they have a deal with Brooklyn Boxing, and all the shows are at the Barclays Center, which is still a beautiful, tremendous venue to fight on a card there.
And the home court of the Nets.
Yes, well, we can. Yes, exactly.
Jerwin, kasi yung belt mo, sabi mo kanina bago. Ano yung nangyari dyan? Bakit? Paano naputol yung pakpak ng agila na yan? And kailan nangyari ito?
Sa ano nata yun, sir, yung kay Punay. Doon sa Punay yata yun. Yung kay Punay na laban yun, sir.
Tagal na.
Hawakan yung yung isang ang tawag niyan nila.
Yung isang pakpak.
So yung supervisor ng IBF nawakan yung papakaya na bali.
Taga IBF yung nakasira.
Oo, kaya pinalitan
gaano to katagal? Gaano katagal na wala kang belt? Literal na wala kang belt.
Naman sir, dinala pa rin namin yung belt namin na yun, sir. Yun din yung inano ko doon sa Mexico, sir. Ginamit nung sa Mexico.
At walang pakpak yung agila nun.
Dinikit na lang siya. Tapos nakita man na ngayong pagdipinsa may bago na. Ito na yung bago. Nice.
At least hindi mo kasalanan na nakasira ka ng belt.
Yes,
sila may kasalanan. And Jerwin, last na. Kailan ka tumigil mag-ML?
Sir, wala na. Wala nung season.
Itong nakaraan na season, tumigil ka na?
Kasi yun nga, pag focus na rin sa laban, sir. Hindi na gaano. Focus na rin talaga ako pag ganyan, sir.
Pag tinatrash to ka ba nila, hindi mo iniisip na puntahan ko kaya to?
Wala man, sir. Ano, team.
Ayun. Thank you, Jerwin. Thank you, Sir Sean. Thank you for the
Thank
time.
you.